Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Backcourt Vision Daily NBA Recap. This is a series I will be doing throughout the season. It's just going to be going over the action from the day, as well as some newsworthy topics, injuries to report, stuff like that. It'll be about, I don't know, 5-ish minutes for video. We'll just kind of wait and see how it goes. Quick little bullet points from each game. And yeah, we're ready to get started. We had 4 games today. The Bulls against the Thunder, the Cavs played the Knicks, the Blazers and Nuggets, and the LA Lakers played the Suns. So we had 2 injuries. We had Gordon Hayward with an avulsion fracture of his fifth finger on his right hand. Um, Not sure how long that keeps him out. Finger injuries can be tricky sometimes, but I wouldn't expect him to be out too long. And if he does miss regular season action, I would expect it to be very minimal. And then we had Chris Clemens. He was injured in the December 15th preseason game for the Rockets. Hate to see it, but it was confirmed. The MRI confirmed he had a torn Achilles. His season is over. We wish him well on his rehab and excited to see what he can do when he comes back. Heading into the action, we had the Chicago Bulls beating the Thunder 124 to 103. Kobe White and Zach LaVine combined for 51 points. They have the chance to be one of the best young duos in the league and one of the best young backcourts for sure. And then they did have some decent production from rookie Patrick Williams with 13 points and 7 rebounds. The potential is really there for him to become a stud, but I think the talent's on his team where he's going to be able to fit in and just kind of find his role while getting a feel for the NBA, and then he'll have the chance to take his game to the next level. For OKC, Lou Dort, 0 points, 0 for 7 from the field. He missed some 3 pointers. His offense has to get better, but he's so good defensively, they'll continue to trot him out there, and hopefully he can get more consistent. Blake Jackson has 15 points. Maybe he'll be able to make the roster, crack the rotation. We don't know, but you always love to see some guys like that get a chance in the preseason, and they play well. This team has a solid young core that will continue to improve, led by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. They might not win a lot of games, but they're going to be a fun team to watch. And if you have League Pass, I definitely would watch this team play when you can. Heading into the Cavs versus the Knicks, the New York Knicks won 193. But Andre Drummond was big time for the Cavs, 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists. He has the potential to have a big year, and I expect his value across the league to really go up in potential trades and just money wise. He had very little value in Detroit, but I think he's going to bring that back up a little bit. Really show he can still be a really good center in the league today. And the Cavs did get some solid production from some young guys such as Dean Wade, Dylan Windler, and Marquise Bolden. Getting production from guys like that at the end of the bench. Possible guys who will crack the rotation maybe at some point or make the roster. We love seeing end of the roster guys perform well in the preseason. So you know you can rely on them if needed for minutes in the regular season. Then for the Knicks, you had 16 points and 6 rebounds from RJ Barrett. Kevin Knox had 16 points and 4 rebounds. These are 2 guys that they really want to see develop, especially Barrett, who has so potential on his team for the Knicks. And Kevin Knox, I mean, they want to see him play well, but I mean, is he going to crack the rotation in the next year or so, or is he going to be on his way out of the NBA? We don't know. So that's a storyline to follow. See what kind of minutes he can get with Thibodeau in New York. Mitchell Robinson had 13 points and 10 rebounds, a good solid center for this team. Heading into the third game, we had the Denver Nuggets beating the Portland Trailblazers 126 to 95. Blowout win preseason, kind of fluky. Lillard and CJ both 5 for 14. Portland got solid production from Ennis Cannon with 14 points and 4 rebounds, but they didn't get a lot from the young guys. Gary Trent Jr. struggled. Some other guys struggled. They're going to need more from those guys and more from the bench if they're going to be a contender in the Western Conference. Speaking of depth and young guys performing well, the Denver Nuggets definitely got that. They had 10 points and 6 rebounds, and just 6 minutes from Bull Bull, and PJ Dozier also had 15 points and 6 rebounds. The depth on this team is really solid. It's going to be very exciting and interesting to see how they're able to put these pieces together and get everyone the minutes that they deserve, or at least close to it. Heading into the final game, we had a 112 to 107 win for the LA Lakers. Kyle Kuzma had 23 points, while Horton Tucker had 18 and 5. The depth on this team is just unreal. They're so deep with this Lakers roster. So many added veterans. If they can get these 2 young guys playing very well, especially if Horton Tucker is able to play like this night out in the regular season as a good bench piece, and Kuzma, if he can get close to 20 points a game a few times a week or something, like these young guys have a chance to take this team to the next level, and they're already the defending champs. The Phoenix Suns, they did some impressive stuff. DeAndre Ayton had 21 points and 9 rebounds. him playing with Chris Paul, he's going to benefit from that, and he has a chance to become one of the next young stud bigmen in this league. Speaking of Chris Paul, he had 4 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, impacting the game in a lot of different ways despite not scoring the ball. And someone who did score the ball well was Javon Carter with 15 points off the bench. He does a lot of things well. If he can get double-digit scoring average, that would be a huge boost for this bench. The Suns have a lot of moving parts with new veterans and young additions. It's going to be a fun season for this team. That is all the action we have today. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is just gonna be a fun little series. If you guys haven't already, I would appreciate if you guys would subscribe to the channel. We got some other fun stuff coming as well, but yeah, this is gonna be a fun daily recap stuff. I'll have a couple more practice preseason videos, kind of work out some kinks. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great night.